Hello and welcome back to Kingdom Reviews. I'm your host, the Future Keybearer. So, here's the thing about how we're going to go through this game. I'm not going to go through it one world at a time because, well, you've seen them already. The level layout is pretty much the same as Traverse Town, a series of rooms just with different decor. And the stories in each world are mostly just retreads of the stories in the first game. Which, to be fair, it makes sense considering the fact that we're going through Sora's memories. There are a few differences to the stories, usually either taking out anything that connected it to the overall story, or replacing any conversation about hearts with talk of memories. While I won't go into detail about all these plot points like I did in the first game, I will be bringing up a few things that I feel need to be talked about. Or, anything I can make fun of. So upon arrival on the second floor, Jiminy ponders the meaning behind Axel's warning.
I may no longer be me. How can I be anyone else?
13 years later, and that question has only gotten more confusing. Goofy then brings up their time in Hollow Bastion, but Sora and Donald don't seem to remember the place. Heck, even Goofy doesn't fully remember.
Stop goofing around!
You do realize that you're telling Goofy to stop goofing around, right? But they decide to drop it. You go up to the door and you're given 5 worlds to choose from. Unlike the first game, it doesn't really matter which world you choose since they're all roughly the same difficulty. So let's just do this in the order that we did in the first game. Well, as close as we can get given the options. First up, Wonderland. Here, Alice is put on trial for stealing the Queen of Hearts' memory as opposed to attempted theft of her heart. Funny thing is, I feel like this is something that the Queen of Hearts would actually put someone on trial for. So Sora, Donald, and Goofy intervene, defeat the Heartless responsible, and Alice manages to convince the Queen of Hearts that she ordered them to do it. Inspired by the Cheshire Cat's wisdom of, try too hard to remember something, and you may end up remembering something that didn't happen. When you leave, Goofy is still hung up on trying to remember Hollow Bastion, even bringing up Sora turning into a Heartless.
Then he just disappeared, and I was so worried.
And I cried like a bitch for 20 minutes.
You forgot that? 'Cause I remember perfectly.
Then what's it called?
That's easy, it was. Somebody help me. Is it in your journal?
It better be, given how much time I spent trying to complete that damn thing.
Every word. I finished the first volume right before we got to this castle. Now then, if I can just find it...
You're occupying Sora's hood. How many places could it be?
Let's have a look. Oh, how could it be?
What's the matter?
Oh, my entries, they're gone. Every page is blank.
What? No, it can't be.
All that hard work is gone.
All those mini-games, all those Heartless entries, all those strategies, just gone.
Something screwy. Journal pages don't just vanish.
To be fair, if your spellcasting knowledge can just disappear, this really isn't that impossible.
What if it's more things? Do you think? Could it be that we don't remember because we're losing our memories?
Again, forgot every spell and ability you knew. This starts to freak Sora and Donald out, and they even consider turning back. But Goofy reassures them that it'll be okay, because no matter what they forget, they'll always remember their friends. He even brings up the fact that Sora didn't forget about him and Donald, even as a Heartless.
But when I turned into a Heartless, who was the one who took forever to notice and kept clobbering me?
How come you didn't forget about that?
I have no joke here, I just love this moment. Next is Olympus Coliseum. Here, the tournament being held as an obstacle course, which fits the setup of the game, I guess. And of course, Sora, Donald, and Goofy enter. And as it turns out, Hades enters Cloud. Here, Hades is offering to help Cloud get his memory back, because memories. When entering the tournament,
The games have a new challenger. Name's Cloud.
oh my god, a new challenger approaches. This game predicted Cloud being in Super Smash Bros! All hail the boy and his infinite wisdom! The rest of level pretty much goes like the first game, except instead of fighting Cerberus, you take on Hades. Also, Cloud gives Sora a summon card. His summon card. I don't care if Cloud wasn't a summon in the first game. This is the only time we get a Final Fantasy summon in the entire series.
I hope the kid is gonna be okay.
Why bring that up?
I had to be sure that I hadn't forgotten him.
If you're even worrying about that at all, then you're fine. Regardless, Sora and Goofy follow suit. As the trio recollect why they're here, to find Riku and King Mickey. In between floors, we see Axel and someone else watching our heroes, and talk about how unusual it is that Sora was able to hold on to his feelings even as a Heartless. A feat that should normally be impossible. Back with our heroes, they wonder if they lost any more memories, but come to the conclusion that even if they did, it must not have been important. As more proof of never forgetting their friends, Sora shows Donald and Goofy the good luck charm that Carrie gave him. And while thinking of her, another girl seems to appear in Sora's memory. A girl that he doesn't recognize.
Do I know? That girl?
We move on to Agrabah, and the only real difference here is that the story's been edited so that they never leave the actual city. Well, that, and I think they handle Genie's freedom a lot better. Some of you may recall that I wasn't a big fan of how it was handled in the first game. It was just that Aladdin promised to free Genie and followed through, which wasn't as interesting as in the original movie. But here, Aladdin realizes that by wishing to be a prince, he'd be no better than Jafar, using magic to win Jasmine's heart. After that, Sora ponders who that girl from before was.
I think her name was...
Sora!
Ah!
Let's go! You wanna find Rico and the kid, don't you?
Sure. Man, it was right on the tip of my tongue.
No, it wasn't. We cut to the girl from before drawing a picture of herself with Sora, Riku, and Kairi, then cut to Sora remembering her. Sort of. He really just remembers there being another girl on Destiny Islands who used to hang out with him and his friends when they were little. Doesn't remember her name, though. Next is Monstro, and... there's really nothing noteworthy to say about this world, so...
Moving right along, dooga-dum.
Sora remembers more about the girl that she used to draw a lot.
Sometimes she'd draw us, too. She was really good.
Really? Well, I guess for a 5-year-old that's pretty good, but she hasn't seen much improvement since then. We come back to the observers, who are setting up a new challenge for Sora, and Axel comments that they need Sora if they're going to take control over the organization that they work for.
I know that you're in on it too. But keep it under your hood, at least until the time is right.
You would have been wise to have done the same, Larxene.
Already I'm starting to see why people love Axel. Sora still can't seem to remember the girl's name, and we move on to Halloween Town. Here, instead of the doctor working on a heart for the heartless, he's devising a potion to reveal one's true memories. He brings up how memories can change over time, and that our memories can affect our outlook on life. He's very curious on how we'd see the world when we remember everything perfectly. When he steals the potion and drinks it, he's overcome with fear, causing the doctor to hypothesize that true memories unbalance the heart. It's actually a pretty interesting concept to me. I think there should be some sort of story, Kingdom Hearts or not, that explores this idea a lot further. When Sora mentions that this idea kinda scares him, Jack assures him that there's nothing wrong with that. That fear and doubt give you a lustful life and can make you a stronger person. And wow! I never thought I'd get such interesting philosophy from The Nightmare Before Christmas! Afterwards, Sora, Donald, and Goofy get introduced to Larxene, who is, without a doubt, the biggest bitch in the entire series! Seriously, I hate her fucking guts! She lets Sora know that the girl he's been thinking about is in the castle, and then promptly beats his ass. Sora drops a star keychain that he doesn't recognize, and Larxene helps him remember that the girl gave it to him, and that her name is Naminé.
Not that you even bothered to remember. No surprise, seeing as you also couldn't remember her name. Talk about heartless. I can't believe you.
Oh, don't you even go there!
It'd serve you right if I decided to smash this piece of junk.
Let it go! Naminé gave me this. It's very important to me.
Hell hath no fury like Sora legitimately pissed. So you have a fight with Larxene, and I have to admit, I get a bit of pleasure out of beating the crap out of her. Upon losing, Larxene gives Sora some more world cards, of course being bitchy about it, and disappears. And apparently Sora shares my sentiments.
Whew. Throwing that battle wore me out.
Really? It looked to me like you just plain lost.
Yeah, you tell that bitch! We're then introduced to two new players, Vexen, and a person who Axel refers to as Vexen's valet. And with that, I think we'll wrap it up for today. We learned some interesting concepts, found out about one of Sora's old friends, and met one of the biggest bitches I've ever seen in my life. I think this game's gonna be a bit of an emotional roller coaster.